Hello, friends at home, and welcome to Miss Becky's Story Time. All right, today we are going to be reading a book called The Mitten, which we'll talk about in a minute. But first, we're going to sing our song like we do every day at the beginning of story time. Are you guys ready to sing with me? Are you guys at home ready to sing with me? Here we go. What happened to my iPad?
It flew by itself. I said by itself. It flew by itself.
C is for cat. F is for fish. Fish. G is for gorilla. H is for... Yes, we all wore hats outside today, didn't we? I is for igloo. Igloo. J is for juice. Juice.
I have juice in my
Okay, make your kangaroo hop. Lion is roaring. All right, get ready to be a monkey. N is for no. Be an octopus. Be a pig. Remember, he makes the puff sound. Question. Make a question. R is for ring. Ring. Sun. Your mom has a ring. We'll talk about that in a minute. Umbrella. V is for van. W is for watch. X is for box. Y is for yellow. Z is for zoo.
Not like that.
I know, we did do a field trip to the zoo, didn't we? Maybe we can take another field trip on the computer. So many things for you to learn about. So many ways to sing our song. All right, before we read our book, Miss Becky has two special videos we're going to watch. Okay? This is about Mr. M.
Wow, this is the very first time I've ever been to this supermarket.
And this is Mr. T.
This place is terrific. I hope I can find some things here that start with the letter T. I love the letter T because it has the same sound as tall T. Well, let's see what we can find. Well, look at what we have here. A tomato. I wonder if this starts with the letter T. Tomato, tall T. Tomato, tall T. Yep, I hear my T sound. Yeah, so I guess it starts with the letter T. Guess we'll have to buy some tomatoes. Wonder what else here starts with T. Let's head over this way. Here's another item here. This is called a pear. Does this start with the same sound as tall T?
Does
Let's
it?
find out. Pear, tall T.
Pear, tall T.
No, I don't hear my T sound. Well, I guess we won't be buying this. What else can we find? Well, maybe I should ask an employee to help us. Sir? Hello? Sir? Hey, sir, do you work here?
Why,
sound as munchy mouth. Hopefully there's something here that starts with the letter T. Well, thank you, Mr. M. Well, let's see what we have here. Right here we have a taco. I wonder if that starts with the same sound as tall T. Let's find out. Taco, tall T. Taco, tall T. Yep, I hear my sound. Taco. Oh, marvelous. What else can we find? Oh, there we go. Follow me. All right, well, here's another thing that I enjoy. A melon. Well, those melons sure do look tantalizing. I wonder if it starts with the letter T. Melon, tall teeth. Melon, tall teeth. Nope, sorry, Mr. M. It doesn't start with the same sound as tall teeth. Oh, sorry. You know what? I think melon starts with M. Melon, munchy mouth. Melon, munchy mouth. Yep, sorry about that. Well, I guess it just starts with the letter M and not letter T. Oh, that's all right. Tell you what, why don't I find the next item and see if it starts with the letter T? Well, here we go. Here is a can of tuna. I bet this starts with the same sound as tall teeth. Tuna, tall teeth. Tuna, tall teeth. Yep, I hear my sound. I guess I'm gonna buy me a can of tuna as well. Oh, that's marvelous. Wow, thank you, Mr. M. This is incredible. Well, I'm just gonna get one more item, and that's bread. Well, wait a minute. Bread doesn't start with the letter T. You're right, it doesn't. But if you put it in a toaster, you end up getting toast. Oh, that's right. Oh. Hey kids, if you enjoy this show, make sure you subscribe.
All right, that was pretty fun. We got to see Mr. M and Mr. T. All right, are we ready to read our book today?
Yeah.
Okay, in order to read our book, I need everyone to sit up though. Finan, I need everyone to sit up in their spot. We get to lay down when we're watching a video, but we need to sit up when we're reading the book. Ivy, please sit up. Who can tell me what this part of my book is? What is it? What's this part of my book? The cover. And what's this part of my book? And what's this part of my book? The spine. And Ivy is right. The author writes and the illustrator. So let's say it. Author writes, illustrator draws. Author writes, illustrator draws. Author writes, illustrator draws. Okay, are you ready? The Mitten. Once there was a boy named Nicky who wanted his new mittens made from wool white as snow. At first, his grandmother Baba did not want to knit white mittens. If you drop one in the snow, she warned, you will never find it. But Nicky wanted snow white mittens, and finally, Baba made them. After she finished, she said, when you come home, first I will look to see if you are safe and sound, but then I will look to see if you still have your snow white mittens. So off Nicky went, and it wasn't long until one of his new mittens dropped in the snow and was left behind. A mole, tired from tunneling along, discovered the mitten and burrowed inside. It was cozy and warm and just the right size, so he decided to stay. Nathaniel, are you listening? A snowflake rabbit came hopping by. He stopped for a moment to admire his winter coat. It was then that he saw the mitten, and he wiggled in, feet first. The mole didn't think there was room for both of them, but when he saw the rabbit's big kickers, he moved over. So now there's a mole and a rabbit in the mitten. How many animals do you think can fit in the mitten?
Mitten.
Well, I thought so too because it's a small mitten, but let's see what happens in the story. Because right now there's 2 animals in there. Next, a hedgehog came shuffling along. Having spent the day looking under wet leaves for things to eat, he decided to move into the mitten to warm himself. The mole and the rabbit were bumped and jostled, but not being ones to argue with someone covered with prickles, they made room. So now how many animals are in there? The mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog. 3, right? As soon as Hedgehog disappeared into the mitten, a big owl, attracted by the commotion, swooped down. When he decided to move in also, the mole, the rabbit, and the hedgehog grumbled. But when they saw the owl's glinty talons, they quickly let him in. 4 animals? Now there's 4 animals inside. Uh-oh. Up through the snow appeared a badger. He eyed the mitten and began to climb in. The mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, and the owl were not pleased. There was no room left. But when they saw his diggers, they gave him the thumb to live in. So now there's 5 animals in there. Oh my goodness. It started snowing, but the animals were snug in the mitten. A waft of warm steam rose in the air, and a fox trotting by stopped to investigate. Just the sight of a cozy mitten made him feel drowsy. The fox poked his muzzle in. When the mole, the rabbit, the hedgehog, the owl, and the badger saw his shiny teeth, they gave Fox lots of room. Now there's 6 animals inside. Oh my goodness. What is this? A giant bear lumbered by. He spied the mitten all plumped up. Not being one to be left out in the cold, he began to nose his way in. The animals were packed in as tightly as could be. But what animal would argue with a bear? The mitten swelled and it stretched. It was pulled and it bulged. Too many times its size. But Baba's good knitting held fast. And along came a meadow mouse, no bigger than an acorn. She wriggled in the one space left and made herself comfortable on top of the great big bear's nose. You see the mouse? The bear, tickled by the mouse's whiskers, gave an enormous sneeze. Achoo! The force of the sneeze shot the mitten up into the sky and scattered the animals in all directions. On his way home, Nicky saw a white shape in the distance. It was the lost mitten, silhouetted against the blue sky. He saw it flying up in the air because it had just come off of the animals. As he ran to catch the snow white mitten, he saw Baba's face in the window. First she looked to see if he was safe and sound. Then she saw that he still had his new mittens. But one was a lot bigger than the other. Do you think Baba figured out what happened? I don't know if she ever did, but he got home safe and sound with his mitten. Wasn't that a good book? All right, let's sing goodbye to our friends, and then we'll talk about what we're going to do next. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I said so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I said goodbye for now, until we